Imagine being asked to be the best man at your best friend's wedding, but holding on to a secret that could ruin everything. You're in love with the bride. Should you tell the truth or let the wedding go on? Today, I'll share how this situation left me in an impossible dilemma. It all started when my best friend, someone I've known for years and who I consider almost a brother, called me for an important talk. He was visibly excited with that glow in his eyes that I had only seen a few times before. Even before he told me why I already knew what was coming, he wanted to invite me to be the best man at his wedding. It was an honor I hadn't expected, one that would normally have made me deeply happy. However, happiness wasn't the first thing I felt. The reason? I was in love with the bride. When he told me the news, my heart raced. He explained that I was one of the most important friends in his life, someone he truly trusted, and that he wanted me to be by his side on that special day. Hearing these words was a mix of joy and despair, a bitter feeling that tore me apart. I thanked him, made an enormous effort to keep a genuine smile, and told him that of course it would be an honor to stand by him at such a special moment. But inside, an internal struggle was raging. At that moment, I realized the size of the burden I was carrying. My friendship with him had always been important to me, and seeing his happiness filled me with immense guilt. How could I keep this secret, knowing that what I felt for her was so much more than just friendship? After that conversation, everything around me seemed to change. I kept reliving every moment I had spent near her. Every time my heart raced just seeing her smile. I tried to justify it to myself as simple admiration, a passing phase, but the painful truth was clear. I was in love, and this feeling was real. The idea of standing beside them during the wedding, watching the ceremony, knowing she would never be mine, started to consume me. I was trapped in a moral dilemma. Should I reveal my feelings and risk our friendship, or keep what I felt hidden and live with the consequences of carrying this secret forever? After his invitation, my life changed completely. Every interaction with my friend and his bride became a constant test of emotional control. Being close to the two of them, the conversations about wedding preparations, and even the jokes he made about me being like a brother, only intensified the pain I carried in silence. Our meetups, which had once been casual and full of laughter, were now marked by tension that only I felt. Sometimes, while he talked about wedding plans, I found myself looking at her with a feeling of sadness and regret. She was perfect for him, and maybe she would have been perfect for me too. This thought haunted me. Knowing that the woman I loved was just months away from marrying my best friend made me question every decision that led me to this point. As time passed, the feelings I was trying to suppress only grew stronger. The more I tried to distance myself emotionally, the more involved I felt. At times, I thought that maybe I should distance myself from them for a while, inventing an excuse not to participate as actively in the wedding. But he always involved me in the preparations, always included me in the plans, making it clear that my presence was essential. The inner struggle I was living through was devastating. I found myself torn between two loyalties: the friendship of a lifetime and the love that silently grew within me. Every night, I asked myself what would be the right thing to do. Would confessing my feelings be a betrayal? Or was the real betrayal keeping the truth hidden and living with the knowledge that, deep down, I desired something I could never have? Every time she asked me for ideas about the wedding, when she sought my opinion on ceremony details or the music for her entrance, my heart sank. I knew that I was about to be a part of the most important day of her life, but not in the way I had dreamed of. This conflict consumed me, and I knew that sooner or later I would have to make a decision. As the wedding day approached, I realized that it was becoming increasingly difficult to live with the weight of the secret. The sleepless nights, the moments of anguish when I questioned if I was doing the right thing, all of it was starting to take a heavy toll. The situation was becoming unbearable, and I knew it was time to face my feelings once and for all. I spent a weekend isolated, away from everyone and everything, reflecting on my options. I thought about what it would mean to confess my feelings, to come clean with my friend and risk ruining our friendship and his relationship. But at the same time, I imagined the consequences of keeping the secret and living with this burden forever. I began to remember everything we had built together, the friendship that had always been an essential part of my life. He was always there for me, in the good times and the bad. I remembered the laughter, the advice, and the unconditional support. And at that moment, I realized that, as hard as it was, I had no right to put my feelings before everything he meant to me. It was then that I made my decision. I needed to accept that. In order to preserve the friendship and loyalty I had toward him, I had to let go of the feelings that consumed me. I decided that the best path was to respect his happiness and be the friend he deserved. In that moment, I felt a peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. Finally, I was at peace with my choice. A few days later, he called me for one last talk before the wedding. As we talked about the big day, I realized that despite the pain I still carried, I'd found a way to be happy for him. The choice to accept the situation, to put our friendship above my personal desires, was the best decision I could have made. On the wedding day, as they exchanged vows, I felt a mixture of sadness and pride. I knew I was doing the right thing, honoring a lifelong friendship. In the end, I realized that love can also mean letting go, stepping back, and respecting the happiness of those who matter most to us. Now, I want to know from you, how far should friendship go when feelings get mixed up? Would you have done the same in my place? Leave your comment below. And if you liked this story, subscribe to React Stories and hit the bell for more intense stories like this. Share this story with someone who values true friendship, and I'll see you in the next story.